Here's another CNN guy currently there named Jake Tapper promoting his book, talking about the reaction when he informed someone on a podcast that his son wants to be a cop.
I went on a left-leaning podcast that shall remain nameless, and we were talking about my kids, because I think they were both people without kids. And they asked me about my son, and I said he was, he's a football player, and he wants to be a policeman. And their joke was about my 15-year-old son, oh, how does he feel about minorities? Like the idea that he wants to be a policeman, therefore he's racist, my son. And that was the big laugh, and then I got dragged in the comments and all that stuff. And I thought to myself, this is why you are losing elections.
100%.
Like my football-playing son, who has no political views, he's 15. He thinks about World War II and gaming and playing linebacker. That's his world. You're deciding he's a racist because he wants to be a cop. And why does he want to be a cop? He wants to be a cop because he wants to help people, and he thinks that's the best way he can help people. And that's how the Democratic Party talks to men, not just white men, but men. And I get the idea that they thought Tim Walz could what's the term he used, code switch or something? He thought that he could translate the Democratic Party values because he hunts and fishes and owns a gun and was in the Army and drinks a beer. I mean, at least there was an attempt, but I find it just insane.
The term Grapper was grasping for was code speak. That's what Walz said. Now Tapper is having a semi-epiphany. He said, that's how Democrats speak to men. No, that's how Democrats speak to the country. 61% of Democrats believe Republicans are racist / sexist / bigoted. How many Republicans feel that way about Democrats? 31%. And 85% of blacks, according to a poll before the elections, I'm sure it's changed somewhat, consider Donald Trump to be a racist. This is your side, Chris Cillizza. This is your side, Jake Tapper, because your side believes that my side is not just wrong on taxes, rich people benefiting from tax cuts, not just wrong on climate change because we don't believe it's an existential threat, not just wrong that biological men should not compete against biological women, not just wrong on school change because you guys believe that choice would destroy the public schools as if that would be a bad thing. No, you believe that the side that promotes life opposes abortion, a side that is more likely to embrace God, is not just wrong, it is evil. So, if you, Chris Cillizza, have a Tesla, I assure you when it was trashed, it was not trashed by a Republican. Jake Tapper, when your son expresses an interest to go into law enforcement and somebody calls up and says, how does he feel about black people, implying he's going to be a racist, that was not a call that came from a conservative or a Republican. It came from your side. I told you about this study that was done at Dartmouth some years ago, where freshman students who described as liberal were asked if you would room with a conservative, and overwhelmingly they said hell no. Freshman conservatives were asked if you would room with the liberal, and they didn't care. So which side is a side of tolerance, of respect for opinion, of open-mindedness, your side or the so-called other side?
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.